Welcome to episode number 60 of Trending Niches. Today, Milo helped me out with finding these trends so you know it's going to be a good one. One trend that I would recommend avoiding personally is Field Day, and I'll explain in a second. First of all, Field Day is an event in schools, I believe, in America during June, but it's already doing really well in terms of BSRs. Lots of designs starting to drop and sell more. However, if we check the listings for trademarks, then you can find that Field Day is trademarked in Class 25 for the use on t-shirts and other clothing products that we would sell through Amazon or whichever print-on-demand marketplace you sell on. So considering the primary keyword of this niche is trademarked and protected, I personally would stay away from it. Trend number one on Amazon is free on Wednesdays, and this is brand new, as you can see, published 2 days ago on literally all of these listings, some of them published 1 day ago, and there's a ton of decent BSRs right here. The reason this is trending is because Joe Biden mentioned it in one of his speeches, or this is something that he said in one of his recent speeches, and people love to jump on these sort of quotes. Especially leading up to an election. So this is definitely going to see quite a few sales over the coming week. It's probably not going to last forever. It will probably fizzle out. So if you're watching this video, a few days down the line, might not be worth entering this trend anymore, but because it's really fresh and brand new, I wanted to give it a quick shout out and let you know about it if you want to try and get some sales out of this. Most of these are very, very simple text-based designs, so people that are looking for something a bit more artistic, a bit more with graphics and more flags in there, might choose your listing if you offer something along those lines. Trend number two is Feral Girl Summer. This is another very fresh trend. Most of these designs were posted less than 2 weeks ago, or around a week ago, which is really good. Many selling very well. The top seller's got an 88k BSR at the moment, and it's mostly a very similar design in that it says Feral Girl Summer and we can see an opossum screaming. Now that is usually a bit of a red flag, but I did do my research and I couldn't find any relation to song lyrics or movies or whatever. It seems to just be another TikTok trend that's going viral, and there is designs that have a bit of a different style as well that are selling. So we've got this one right here with raccoon. This one looks quite different, and I saw some with cats as well. Yeah, here we go, Feral Girl Summer with a cat. So yeah, you're not strictly limited to that specific design style that seems to be ranking at the top right here or getting the most sales. You don't have to copy and paste that, and there doesn't seem to be any issues with the trademarks or song lyrics in this case, at least as far as I have found. Next up, we've got Please Be Patient With Me. I'm from the 1900s. This is a new niche on Amazon that just suddenly appeared, and it's going very, very strong and has been for the past few weeks. It's not a brand new trend that sort of started yesterday, but there is still new designs popping up and new ways to approach this, in my opinion. The top seller's got a 105k BSR published 30 days ago, and it has a horse and a carriage and that sort of vintage Western style to it. Most of these designs have a vintage or a retro vibe, and most of them show a horse and a carriage, or at least some sort of animal pulling a carriage. You do notice that there is a lot of strong BSRs right here, 100k, 130k, 137, 148, so there's a lot of sales volume happening. And there's some new badges as well right here within Flying Research. The blue new badges in the top right corner always indicate that design was posted or published less than 30 days ago. So here we've got one from 18 days ago already with a 350k BSR. Now, one design that stood out to me is this one right here. Again, it's got the new badge, and it's one of those that didn't go with the mainstream. And instead of adding the horse and carriage graphic, they went with cassette, a CD player. So relics of the 1900s that people would also like because it fits within the retro theme and it fits the phrase. And that is a great example of how to kind of stand out in a niche where everyone is copying each other. Think about it, the phrase, the style, everything is retro themed. So look at other retro niches, or just generally look at the retro niche on Amazon or other platforms and see what's typically in the designs. What do people do? What resonates with people that are looking for retro designs? That's what this person did right here. And it seems to have served them well because they've started to sell in less than a month. So definitely take a look at this niche. As I said, it's not the newest, but there is still new designs popping up that are starting to sell. And there's definitely potential to stand out because most people are just copying the same exact theme. Niche number 4 is LGBTQ, and the reason I'm mentioning this is not only because it's doing well at the moment, but also because next month is Pride Month. And this niche, the Pride niche, is one of the most popular niches during June typically. So especially if you're in the lower tiers on Amazon, this might be a way to get out of those tiers if you have the right design. It is a very competitive niche, don't get me wrong. But again, like I always say, if you cross niche, if you find sub niche opportunities right here, you will have possibilities and opportunities to sell. One example would be this design with the cats, right? So you've got the cats in the color scheme, the silhouettes, and then per ride. So it's a bit of a pun, a funny addition there. And I'm not saying copy that cat design. I'm using it as an example to show you they are targeting cat lovers. They've added a funny phrase, and it's sort of cross niching cats with pride. That is a better strategy than just going in here, looking at the top sellers and thinking, okay, this rainbow's selling well. It says BU. Let's also design a rainbow that says BU and hope for it to sell. That usually doesn't work as well because this rainbow targets pretty much everyone in this niche. So you are going to have to niche down, find a more specific target audience, and also think of adding the current year because people do look for Pride 2024 designs. That always helps, adding either the year to your listing or potentially to your design as well. And one more thing I wanted to show you, if you click into the more info button right here on Flying Research, then it gives you a more detailed view of the listing that you've clicked on. And what you can see with this BSR history is that the peaks of this long established design in the niche, the peaks are always in June, especially the beginning of June. So we've got a peak here, June 2021. Then there's a peak over here, June 2022. It drops and drops very, very low. Well, 260k, still a good BSR, but it drops in between June. And then again, we've got a peak right here for June 2023. So just a bit of evidence that these, whilst they're doing well now, they are going to do even better during June and definitely peak there in terms of demand and sales volume. Moving on to the Etsy trends, the first one I've got for you is Bruh, We Out. And by the way, I started sharing Etsy trends during the last episode. The response to it was pretty good, so I am going to add these in every now and then into the trending niches episodes. It takes a bit longer to find trends for 3 platforms, but if I find a few, I will definitely add them. So in order to find these niches, I'm using Everbee, just so you know, and that's also helping me display all of this additional data with the sales, the monthly revenue, the listing age, etc. And Everbee will be linked in the description. You can try it out for free as well. So this first trend right here has 1,300 results, which is not bad, to be honest. It's not too competitive, and it is getting a lot of sales. Bruh, We Out is kind of a sub niche or a subtopic, a trending phrase within the school is out for summer niche, which is definitely one of the biggest sellers at the moment with school ending. And this is specifically aimed at the teachers. As you can see in the designs, it says teachers underneath. If we look at some of the best sellers, almost all of them are just 1 month old or less. The top seller is 3 months, to be honest, but all of the other ones beneath are like 1 month or 2 months old, which shows you it is a new trend, a new niche. The top seller is getting 761 monthly sales at the moment, which is very, very high. And then the next few designs down, still getting over 100 sales a month at the moment. So definitely very new trend, one that's doing extremely well on Etsy, and the competition is not through the roof with 1,300 search results for the term Bruh, We Out shirt. Next up, I've got a trend with even less competition for you. It's expensive, difficult, and talks back with 746 results. Most of the listings are 3 months or less. As you can see right here, if I scroll down, almost everything has a 1 or a 2. And the top seller is actually a digital download. You can see the price is $5 right here. And if I kind of drag this out, yeah, it says PNG. For the product name, getting 650 monthly sales at the moment. That one is 3 months old. The others right here, we have some more digital downloads. This is a PNG, but then we move on to actual physical t-shirts. And this one is really expensive. It kind of suits the phrase, I guess. $37 for the top ranking t-shirt in this niche with 144 monthly sales. So that is making a lot of sales considering the price. And that listing is, how old is it? Only 2 months old. The next one is 1 month old, getting 137 sales a month at the moment. So there's definitely a lot of volume happening right here with both physical products and digital products. It seems to be a very new trend that's doing well right now on Etsy. And if it's doing well on Etsy, it might also be doing well on Amazon, on Redbubble, or some other platforms that you might want to check for. So do bear that in mind. Trends often translate from one platform to the next. Now, I usually just share t-shirt or clothing related trends in these episodes, but whilst doing my research on Etsy, there was one trend that definitely stuck out to me, and that is Highland Cow tumblers. So I wanted to mention it to you because this is a digital product, so it's arguably a bit easier to sell. You don't need to physically fulfill it and pay for printing, shipping, etc. And these are doing super well, especially with new listings. So all of the ones that you can see right here are 3 months or younger. And if you look at the sales, the top seller is getting 323 sales a month at the moment. The next one, 242, 210, 180. So a lot of people are buying these digital tumbler wraps with Highland cows on them. I am actually uploading a tutorial in a few days on this channel teaching you how to sell these kind of digital tumbler wraps in a very easy, seamless fashion. So if you want to try out this niche or any other tumbler wrap niches on Etsy, keep an eye on the channel. That tutorial should be coming out next week. Trend number 8 is our first one on Redbubble this week, and it's anti-cycling right here with only 84 results. There is a bunch of different designs in this. We've got anti-cycling cycling club right here, anti-social cycling. Then we have anti-cyclist bicycle club. I don't know. There seems to be some versions of the anti-cycling search term that are doing well. Anti-vehicle cycling club. Okay, another strange sticker right there. But yeah, I thought I'd point this out because it is kind of a small micro niche within the cycling term, and it seems to have some interest right here on Redbubble. Very low competition. And if it's doing well on Redbubble, might also work on something like Amazon, you never know. Next up, we've got mountain tapir. This is a type of animal that's currently trending on Redbubble, only 84 results. Again, very low competition. Many of the designs are just graphic based, which is surprising to me. I would have expected to see a few more phrases. One that I could think of is the spirit animal one. So you could do mountain tapirs are my spirit animal, for example. And there's a few more phrases down here, but yeah, overall the designs are not too impressive. And there also seems to be different types of tapirs. So we've got a Malayan tapir down here, Malayan, on this throw blanket. But yeah, there we go. Very low competition, evergreen niche that seems to be trending right now on Redbubble. And lastly, here we have Host Mum with 108 results on Redbubble, and it's currently trending, as you can see. This is for foreign exchange students coming to the country and then being hosted by someone else's mum. I quite like this design in terms of the layout. Proud member of the Host Mum Club. It's a nice and simple layout. Host Mum is clearly emphasized, being the biggest text on this design. And I like the fact that everything's white except the lines at the bottom right here are really colorful and give it a nice contrast. And yeah, definitely really eye-catching, cool design. And I can see that working on t-shirts as well without the black background, obviously. Host Mum, being a trending term has also made me think that host dad might be a potential niche as well. And then also take a peek at these keywords at the top. Some of these might be useful for building out your listing. For example, host family, foreign student. What else have we got? Host husband, host wife. Yeah, definitely include some of those in your listings if you are going to enter this niche. And take a look at these designs for inspiration, because there's actually some really good looking, well-designed t-shirts right here in this niche, which seems to be more rare on Redbubble. There's oftentimes a lot of rubbish, but this niche does look really good. I especially like some of these designs right here ranking at the top. If you want to see the behind the scenes of one of these trending niches episodes and actually watch me find the trends firsthand, then make sure to check out this video next.